Hey everybody, welcome to episode 77 of Psycho's Platters. That's right, guys. I hope everybody had themselves a great week of crate digging and life in general. First of all, I'd like to a little bit apologize about the last episode, episode 76. That's the spirit. When I aired that episode, it worked completely all the way through. I double checked it before I posted it because obviously you can, before you send it out. Well, somehow, one way or another, between my seeing it and it getting posted, like the first 3.5, 4 minutes work on the 14-minute video, and then the rest of it, there's this big speeding up of images. I don't know what the hell happened, guys, so I'm sorry about that. Maybe down the line I'll recut that episode so that everybody kind of could see what I was talking about, at least from the 4-minute mark on. I don't know. But sorry about that. Once in a while, the stupid computer gremlin, YouTube gremlin, whatever the hell it is, goes off and does this to me. So, all right. So what are we gonna talk about today? This one's gonna be a 45 episode. Yay! Because I ended up going to one of my regular haunts here in Northwest Arkansas, and I was there the day before, and I happened to be back in that area because of something totally unrelated. And I said, "Oh, what the hell? I'll go back in there." There was 2 stacks of 45's about that high, Now, of course, I have found out a new piece of information that one of my friends beat me to even this pile. He got first dibs. It's all right. He's my best buddy anyway down here. I can't always get to everything, and somehow he seems to get a little bit of the inside. Yeah, he does. But based on what I'm hearing, it wasn't too much that he got a hold of. Also, though, I will tell you that the sad part about all of this is, truthfully, I would say about anywhere from a third to a half of those 2 piles, I thought my eyes were deceiving me. I mean, I am 47 years old and I'm no spring chicken anymore. But I could have sworn that these records had a slight warp. And I'm going, what does... So I would run my fingers, which I know is kind of a big no-no, right? But I run my fingers along the edges, and sure enough, I felt these slight warps. Well, not too many of the ones I wanted were affected by that. There was a couple cracked 45's. Oh, there was some questionable ones. But basically, what I figured out though is that these 45's, late 50's, cuts off mostly around 63. So once again, like I said, I don't have them in any apparent order, but let's go with this. Okay. Elvis's "Wear Your Ring, Wear My Ring Around Your Neck, Hoo-ha, Mama." Listen, anyways, I always like that song. So I got, like I said, I went and checked, and none of these ones have the warp. I ended up having to put back half the Elvises because they had this slight warp. It was sad because I could have used some of these. Okay, never heard of this one. White label promo on Big Top. Bobby Smith and the Dreamgirls, Mr. Fine. Yeah, that could be half interesting. And like I said, I haven't even looked in the guide on any of these. Gene Thomas's "Every Night" on United Artists. Ketty Lester, but not for me on Era. Another Elvis. Oh no, I'm sorry, wrong one. The Browns, "Lonely Little Robin." There we go. Here's an Elvis. This one here, an EP. It's from King Creole. The EP on this. It's got "Trouble," "Young Dreams," "Crawfish," and "Dixieland Rock." Now some of these ones have scratches, but hopefully I can clean up some of it so it doesn't look so bad. Marv Johnson, "Let Me Love You" on the old school United Artists label. Here's another one, a Big Top. Sammy Turner, "Lavender Blue." Like I said, a lot of these were unknowns for me. I took chances. Because by Robert Knight on Dot. Johnny Love, Bless Your Heart on Mercury. On Cub, boy, this is hard to read. I think it's the Impalas on Cub. Sorry, I'm all the way home. I can barely read that. On AFO Records, Barbara George's I Know. Elvis's One Night, and I Got Stung. Elvis's Fool Such As I. Another Elvis EP. This one here is Peace in the Valley. In other words, it's a gospel one. Gospel EP that he did. Eddie Hodges, I'm Gonna Knock on Your Door on Cadence. Kind of sad about this one. This one side of the label is a little bit stained, but Your Other Love by the Flamingos. See the other side, but I couldn't let that pass. And most of these ones had on them Jimmy. This was Jimmy's record collection. I Get Dreamy by the Castells on Era. Tonight by the Velvets on Monument. Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers on G. I'm Not a Know-It-All. Imperial, Fats Domino's You Win Again. On Moonglow, Little Latin Loopy Loop by the Righteous Brothers. Whispering Grass by D. Clark on Abner. You Can't Stop This Rocking and Rolling on Atlantic by Ivory Joe Hunter. Bernadette Set Me Free on Beach Records. Like I said, I like these off labels. You Heard a Tequila, but how about the Tequila Twist from the Champs on Challenge? And lastly, a halfway decent copy of Blue Moon on Cold Picks. So, I mean, that was truthfully, probably about the best of the bunch over there I grabbed. And like I said, I grabbed anything I never heard of, because you know what can happen sometimes if you grab. You too could end up with a couple $100 worth 45, or like I said, I have a $1,000 one in my collection. It's half the fun anyway. It really, really is. All right, guys. Shout outs this time. Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark. Always the #1 supporter. Ear candy for your soul on Sunday nights from 6 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Followed by the Night Owl Lounge with Mike Adams from 9 to 10 Central Standard Time. Please go like both of their pages on Facebook, and then you can listen to the link that's provided in the page. All right. Shindig Magazine and Vintage Rock Magazine out of England. Tim Smith's Thrifty Collectors Group on Facebook. Go subscribe to that, please. Really good site. Also, YouTube Vinyl Community is another fantastic Facebook page, so you can get a link to all those collectors, those thousands of record collectors, just like me, and all the other ones that are out there too. Okay, here's one for you. Are you a Kiss fan? Are you a huge Kiss fan? Please, on YouTube, go subscribe, and Facebook, to 3 Sides of the Coin. Okay, that's THREE Sides of the Coin. Fantastic. I have to tell you that Michael, Tommy, and Mark do fantastic jobs at what they do in regards to talking about Kissland, because that is one of my favorite 70s bands, and still one of my favorite bands to this day. So please go subscribe to 3 Sides of the Coin. They also are on iTunes and Spreaker, and Lord knows they keep coming up with all different kinds of formats, don't they? So go do that, please. Let's see who else really quick. Me, Mr. Mayo, still on YouTube. Go subscribe to him. I like him. Super Wes. Let's see.
I don't know any other fun ones right now, but you know what? It's all good. Everybody take care. Next week, God bless. See you next week. Rock on.